Donald Trump actually said our new military will bring back new focus on fitness. I love the idea that Trump is lecturing these guys on fitness. I mean, if that isn't the fondue pot calling the kettle fat, I don't know what is. Listen up, generals. I want to make something very clear. The Pillsbury Dope president wants you to do Pilates. The only push-ups Donald Trump does are from the side of an ice cream truck. If you get so fat you start breaking escalators, you are unfit to serve in the morning.
What in the world are you doing, Donald? Donald Trump is crashing out on Friday morning. We've learned that he has now fired the architect of the Golden Ballroom that he's building after demolishing the East Wing. More on that in a bit. We learned that the CDC vaccine panel has now removed the recommendation for children at birth to get the hepatitis B vaccine. We're learning that the FBI was caught providing chaperones to Kash Patel's girlfriend's friends when they go out and having to give them rides as ordered by Kash Patel. There's much more I want to talk about, but what's Donald Trump doing this morning as his regime is collapsing?
You're the president of the United States, standing in the middle of a detention center in the Florida Everglades that people are literally calling Alligator Alcatraz, and you're telling reporters that you want to deport American citizens, people who were born here. You're so caught up in your anti-immigrant rhetoric that you don't even realize you've just opened the door for someone to use your own wife as an example of why this is the most dangerous, hypocritical policy imaginable, and that someone was Joy Reid. On July 4th, 2025, Joy Reid went on her show and turned Donald Trump's entire immigration crusade against him in the most brilliant way possible.
This was not a good night for the president. Everything he touched was a loser. Trump hasn't been this embarrassed since he found out there was a Donald Trump Jr. If you're tired of all the losing, fear not, he's got an excuse.
Trump does not understand anything about humanity, people. He has no empathy. I don't know what he is, but he's an alien. And he
made FIFA, like the football soccer league FIFA, create a peace prize. So they have their first inaugural peace prize, and Donald Trump made them award the peace prize to himself, and then had the head of FIFA hold a ceremony so Donald Trump could get the Peace Prize medal, like the participation medal, and he was wearing it and he was so happy, and he's like, look, I got it. This guy is utterly deranged. Do we realize how weak and pathetic he looks? I'll talk about that in just a moment as well. I just want to remind you, we here at the Midas Touch Network are on our way to 6 million subscribers. That deranged maniac Donald Trump and his regime attack us almost daily. State regime media known as Fox attacks us, and all the MAGA people constantly give us death threats. We're leading all independent media.
She didn't just criticize the policy. She didn't just call it authoritarian. She pointed out that under the precedent Trump was setting, a future president could literally deport Melania Trump, his own wife, back to Slovenia. And not just Melania. Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka could all be denaturalized because their mother, Ivana, wasn't an American citizen when they were born. Let me tell you exactly how this all went down.
Mr. President, I want you to know sometimes when I watch you striding across the White House lawn so confidently, with so much masculinity, I'll admit it, I get sexually aroused. Thank you for breathing life back into my once slumbering penis.
That was very well stated, listen. Holocaust Remembrance Day, and as you know, 6 million people were at my inauguration. I mean, there were just so many people at my inauguration, but the media refuses to cover it. It's so unfair. And one day I'm going to write a memoir about this struggle and call it My Struggle.
So here was Donald Trump at this award ceremony for a peace prize for soccer. Why are you creating a peace prize? What the hell is going on? And you'll see how happy he is to get this award. Here, play this clip.
Mr. President, and you definitely deserve the first FIFA Peace Prize for your action, for what you have obtained in your way, but you obtained it in an incredible way, and you can always count, Mr. President, on my support on the support of the entire football community or soccer community to help you make peace and make the world prosper all over the world. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The floor is all yours. Thank you.
By the way, when he gets this fake medal, like, look how happy he looks. And then they talk about, this is your beautiful peace prize, Donald. And just,
because this is the kind of story that shows you exactly how dangerous Trump's policies really are, and how he never thinks about the consequences until someone like Joy Reid puts it right in his face. If you're watching this channel, you already know we're documenting every single moment of accountability. Hit that subscribe button, because we're not letting any of this slide. The Alligator Alcatraz moment. Let's start at the beginning. Early July 2025. Trump decides to visit this new ICE detention center in the Florida Everglades. The place is literally surrounded by alligator-infested swamps, which is why everyone's calling it Alligator Alcatraz.
By 16 points. I'm at +3, he's at -13. It's nice, but it feels like, considering the fact that I'm not a convicted felon friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and I've never paid off a star or sent a team of masked goons into a park to pull an old lady away from her grandchildren, I feel like my rating should be higher maybe than...
watch him right here play this clip.
This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
Right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
And then he gives this bizarre speech about why is it called football, and maybe soccer should be called football. Here, play this clip.
He scored 3 goals out there. I said, that man can play. I was pretty young at that point, and who knew this was going to happen? But when you look at what has happened to football in the United States, is, again, soccer in the United States, we seem to never call it that because we have a little bit of a conflict with another thing that's called football. But when you think about it, shouldn't it really be called? I mean, this is football. There's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for this.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense when you think about it.
It's designed to be as brutal and isolated as possible, a clear message to immigrants. Trump's doing his usual tough guy routine, talking to reporters about how strong he is on immigration. And then he says something that should have made everyone's jaws drop. He tells reporters, they're not new to our country, they're old to our country. Many of them were born in our country. I think we ought to get them the hell out of here too, if you want to know the truth. Wait, let me say that again. The President of the United States just said he wants to deport people who were born in America. Citizens. Not just naturalized citizens who became Americans through the legal immigration process, born here.
Trump won't even meet to figure out how to get things back on track.
Are you going to meet with Democratic leadership?
I'm always going to meet. All they have to do is open up the country. Let them open up the country, and we'll meet. We'll meet very quickly. But they have to open up the country.
Here, because the arts are democratic. Art is inclusive. It brings people together. Like tonight, art looks for truth. Art embraces diversity. And that's why art is a threat. That's why we are a threat.
It's really football. But who would have thought it would have come to a level where...
I don't know what's more deranged than that. I really don't. I mean, I'm at a loss of words for what I just showed you right there. Going back to what else happened this morning, we learned that Donald Trump fired the main architect of the Golden Ballroom. Yep, McCreary. The McCreary architects are gone because Donald Trump wanted to build that ballroom even bigger. And McCreary's like, it's already like 3 times the size of the White House.
Constitutional citizens protected by the 14th Amendment. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. This was policy. In fact, just days before this, the Department of Justice had issued a memo giving U.S. attorneys broad discretion to start denaturalization proceedings against people who committed certain crimes, but Trump was talking about going way beyond that. He was talking about deporting anyone he didn't like, regardless of whether they were born here or not. And if you think I'm exaggerating, remember that Trump had already threatened to deport Zohran Mamdani.
Oh, right, looks great, sir. No one will notice a thing. The White House claims the reason for these bruises and his big fat elephant ankles is he suffers from a condition known as chronic venous insufficiency, which in layman's terms means he's got a very small venus. He's got an insufficient...
Unwavering willingness to sell nonsense as brilliance.
President, this is all another elaborate, made-up Democrat plot to distract us from the historically awesome job he is doing.
I think we're probably having, according to what I read, even from two people in this room, we're having the most successful 8 months of any president ever. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what we should be talking about, not the Epstein hoax.
Trump said bigger. Also, we hear that Donald Trump is, surprise, surprise, not paying his contractors. That's right. The contractors working on Trump's ballroom, including McCreary Architects, Clark Construction, and AECOM, did not go through the traditional government bidding process. Instead, Donald Trump told them, don't worry about it. We'll pay you in the future. And you know, all those people saying that they were going to give all of these commitments, yeah, maybe some of that money hasn't come in yet. And so you've got a lot of contractors and subcontractors right now who are like, can we have our money? Donald Trump is a fraud. He can't even keep the architect of his ridiculous golden ballroom.
The Democratic nominee for mayor of New York City. Mamdani is a U.S. citizen. He was born in Uganda and came here as a child. Trump baselessly claimed he might be here illegally and threatened to arrest and deport him. Why? Because Mamdani's a Democrat who challenges Trump. Trump also threatened to deport Elon Musk during one of their feuds. Musk became a U.S. citizen more than 20 years ago in 2002.
I don't know, it's especially interesting. They're saying it doesn't look like his signature, and it could have been an auto pen, which is a device that makes an exact replica of your signature. Which one is it? Is it exactly his signature, or is it not his signature at all? It can't be both. And here's the other thing. This book is 22 years old. Who would have been faking Donald Trump's signature in a private birthday book in January of 2003? The Apprentice wasn't even on the air yet. This would require an extraordinary amount of...
Getting more information as well about the identity of this potential pipe bomber at the DNC and RNC. This guy, Brian Cole Jr., the suspect accused of being that January 6th pipe bomber. Apparently, again, we need to know more because everything out of this FBI, you always have to go, huh. But here's what we're learning. He apparently confessed to agents that he planted the bombs because of his support for Donald Trump, according to two people familiar with his interview. He says he's a Trumper. He bought into all the Trump conspiracies. Ironically, if you will, you know that broad pardon that Donald Trump gave to anyone who was involved in, at, or around Washington, D.C. relating to the January 6th insurrection? Well, it seems like this guy would now be covered by his support of Donald Trump based on the way Donald Trump framed that pardon.
But when Musk criticized Trump's big, beautiful bill, Trump told reporters he'd look at deporting him. So make sure you hit that like button, because we're about to get to the part where Joy Reid absolutely destroys this entire argument. Joy Reid's masterstroke. July 4th, 2025, Independence Day, the day America celebrates freedom, and Joy Reid decides to have a conversation on The Joy Reid Show with Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal about exactly what Trump's denaturalization push really means.
It was not a good night for the president. Everything he touched was a loser. He posted, "And so it begins," which was either a response to Mamdani winning the mayoral race, or he just sat down on the...
White said it was the most incredible cheer with my father of someone walking into the arena in his history of doing it. An insanely awesome evening with my father.
He's gonna miss that guy so much when he...
Then it looks like Donald Trump could have pardoned this guy, either accidentally or intentionally. But yes, folks, he's a Trumper. But when I say whatever this FBI is doing, as always, you gotta have a question mark, because additional great reporting from MS Now and Washington Post talking about FBI Director Kash Patel on more than one occasion ordered that the security detail protecting his girlfriend escort one of her allegedly inebriated friends home after a night of partying in Nashville. Must be nice, right? Like, while we, the people, are suffering under this Trump regime, while Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, if they even are getting that paycheck, are psychologically tortured by what this regime is doing as everything is more expensive, less affordable. Yeah, you've got Kash Patel flying around in private jets paid for by the taxpayers. Donald Trump giving himself peace prizes. Has there ever been a more pathetic regime than this group of scumbags? Seriously.
Reid lays it out perfectly. She asks Jayapal, Do some of your colleagues on the other side of the aisle understand how far this could go? If you give the President of the United States monarchical-like powers to say, I don't like your views, I don't like your take on issues, I don't like that you're too liberal, you're not conservative enough, I'm just going to take away your naturalized citizenship, well, and then she drops the bomb. If we ever get a Democratic president, they could say, I don't like Melania Trump. She wasn't born here. She was born in Slovenia. She is a naturalized citizen. She's out of here. Let that sink in for a second.